I mean, legacy is possible without authorship. It's just that you're not really controlling the narrative. So, like, what's the reason that the co-founder of DHL wanted to write a book with us? Like, there were already books written about him, but he wanted to control the narrative. He wanted to tell the story in his own words. He wanted to be remembered a certain way, like the way that he, like from his perspective, not from somebody else's perspective. If somebody's going to, talk about his journey of creating the company, 50 years of, creating DHL, it should probably come out of his mouth. That's going to be the best description of what he actually was able to achieve. So that legacy, and now I talk about this, and I'm very convinced of it because a couple of years after we published the book, Mr. Chung passed away. So he did leave the legacy the way he wanted. That was, that was the book like that he wanted to get out, and he was very happy with it being out. Now we were talking about another book. He wanted to do another book, and he didn't have that time. And a lot of, very often we think we're immortal, right? Like we have all the time in the world, but we might not. So this is not to get, dark. It's just a reality. So if we're thinking about legacy, like we typically will have more than one legacy project. Sometimes, people say, "I know I'm too young. I'm too young to get my book done now. I need to have my exit," or once they have their exit, I need to have another exit because that one might have just been luck. I want to prove that I'm actually somebody. And like you can continue your whole life like that, and that's just a recipe of never leaving a legacy because you're always like you're going towards this moving horizon. Like every time you get a step closer, your horizon moves. Now I need a third exit, a fourth. Now I need, I don't know, the Nobel Prize or whatever. So it's again like if we talk about your book or your excuse, one of the excuses is I'm going to write my book when. Hopefully, hopefully you're going to write your book then. But a better strategy is to write your book now, because typically if you're even thinking about writing a book, like you have the insight to do it. Because when people don't have the insight, that's when that doesn't even cross their minds.